burning the poop. Yeah, thank you. Good question. Yeah, so you you want all the details? Here. So you poop in this thing. There's like this little stainless bowl. You pre-line it. This number 12 coffee filter goes in there. Do number 2. It drops into a burn chamber and burns it and exhausts it out. And you would think that it smells like and it does. Yeah, so I started snowboarding at a very young age, probably 9 or 10. Moved out to California, Mammoth Lakes, California, specifically to snowboard. Quickly got into backcountry snowboarding, and that got me right into sled access, backcountry riding, and fell in love with sledding. And it was maybe a matter of years, and I was leaving the snowboard at home. Similar story to many others out there. Love the sport. It's been probably 15, 16 years, maybe more now, of just purely sledding to sled. So in 2017, I bought a shop. I actually worked back at this shop when I was 20 years old. It was a door shop. It came with this truck, 2005 Mitsubishi Fuso, 4-cylinder, 5-speed diesel, pre-emissions, had 16,000 miles on it. I had bought that shop to do custom overland vehicles. I saw this thing in there and knew exactly what I wanted to do with it. Factory 4-wheel drive, it was perfect. A lot of people are using vans and trailers. That wasn't gonna work for me. So I had a goal to make a vehicle that I could use to travel and sled with. Eventually that turned into me being able to travel, work remote, and sled and maintain an income throughout the winter. To travel and sled in some of these remote areas, it's a bit like traveling with an exotic pet. So I try to keep as many parts and accessories handy as possible. So that means riding around with a spare track in between the seats there. I have a full 154 skid up top, bunch of parts, A-arms, throttle cables, shocks, full extra shock kit. So having extra storage up top is essential. Got some kind of cheese ball fog lights, definitely helps out. Did the KO2, KO3 now, BF Goodrich tires, they work great on it. Kept the dualies on this thing rather than going super single because the weight rating is higher and the tires are way more affordable and the traction's just far better than it is on the commercial rated single axle tires. I got propane located right here. That is just for my cooktop and oven and the toilet. Toilet's an incinerator. We'll go through that once we get on the inside tour. Got shore power, so I fill up my water tank right there. I can charge up the batteries. Also have solar up top, Starlink up top, 60 gallons of fresh water, 800 amp hours of lithium batteries, some storage in the back. Keep all the accessories to mount the sled up top or on the back here. And I came up with this rack system. Just, it was kind of the only option I had. I didn't want a trailer. There's roads in Wyoming in particular that you're not even allowed to drive a trailer on. I get on ferries really easy, affordably. Can do a U-turn in most city streets. Just far more maneuverable than a truck and a trailer. You got to turn around on a logging road. It's a whole process. This thing, you just bang in and out of there super quick. 24 feet tip to tip with the sled on the back. So super short rig. I think it's 18 feet without the sled on it. You just park right on this stainless steel skid, quarter wall, stainless steel, and everything else is either 3/16 or 1/8 wall aluminum. And then I have an 1/8 wall stainless exoskeleton going up to reinforce all that aluminum, to reinforce the flanges, keep those flanges from cracking. That frame comes off of the body of the actual truck frame. goes up top, and then it's actually mounted on some motor mounts, 5 motor mounts on top. There's a aluminum header that's inside those panels in the truck. So the sled rack can actually bear weight, but is not fixed, so it allows it to articulate, you know, when you're driving on some bumpy roads. The actual structure is down off the frame, a little bit of extra support up top. That's reinforced with some chains and some fiberglass plating and a whole lot of stuff, because it's kind of terrifying flying down the highway with your sled dangling off the back of your truck. So I wanted to overbuild that one, and so far so good. I think I have got the truck with 16,000 miles on it. I have 65,000 miles on it now. It's done 4 trips to Alaska. We're going again right now, so yeah, it's proved itself. I'm thrilled with the performance on everything, and it's been a pretty cool system. A lot of hours of fabrication in that thing, all hand welded and cut out on the CNC and powder coated right in my own shop. Here is kind of the workstation setup I have. This does transform into another sleeping system. The table drops down and all these cushions go out, but that doesn't happen very often. Most of the time, this is where I'm working, I'm eating. If I have friends over, I can move these monitors out of the way. I'm hoping to get all this stuff actually mounted off the bottom of the bed eventually. But for now, this is kind of the setup, headquarters, and all powered. I got this kind of cheese ball office chair because my butt was falling off sitting on the cushions. So heart of the electronic system right there. We got 800 amp hours of Victron, full distribution system, inverter, alternator charger, so whenever the truck's running, it's topping off the batteries, and solar's dropping it in. I have a generator mounted underneath the truck. Yeah, so three systems for recharging. Keep all my electronics, GoPros, charging cords, everything kind of lives up in here. Bunch of tool storage under there, tire changing kit. Yeah, and then kind of right here we have clean clothes. In here we got dirty clothes, but underneath all that is like fusing and a couple of repair kit stuff. This will be like backup gear. Extra backpacks, Avi pack, extra suit. DC AC distribution control system right here lets me know what my battery percentage is at. We got 99%, we got 121 watts of solar coming in, how much we're consuming, what my AC loads are, if the inverter's on. As I said before, we got 60 gallons of fresh water that's in a tank underneath that, kind of taking up that whole square that I'm sitting on there for my office, inside the envelope of the vehicle. So if it's -40 out, we're staying nice and warm in here, nothing's freezing. But when I fill that up, I can kind of fill it up wherever, because I have a UV filtration system. Can take contaminated water in, clean it up, coarse filter, UV filter, drops it into the tank. Super tasty fresh water. Stereo system. Got Alpine speakers, 6s, 6x9s, good sound system, no subwoofer. Don't need it. Trying to conserve some power. You only need so much when you're out living in the woods. Exterior light control. We got heater controls, essentials here. We got the coffee machine. We got fridge freezer. Keep all my snacks. Full kit. Some beers. What else we got? Some books, therapy tools, and we got shower back here, shower toilet. So end of a powder day, I'll stomp through here, hop in, strip all the gear off, hang everything up. Got heater ducted right into there, so it's pumping a bunch of heat in there. You can feel it, it's nice and warm. Dries off all my gear, dumps all the wetness into the shower pan, goes straight out into the gray water tank, and goes away. Next morning is just perfect. Nice warm boots, nice warm kit, ready to go. Toilet. This was an interesting one. I had my struggles with getting it to work properly. Now that it's nice. The main reason I went with the incinerator toilet was because black water freezes and cracks, and you got to deal with after that happens, and it's not good. And
for those who don't know, what's it like me?
Yeah.
incinerator toilet? What's the difference?
It's burning the poop. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Good question. Yeah, so you you want all the details? Here. So you poop in this thing. There's like this little stainless bowl. You pre-line it. This number 12 coffee filter goes in there. Do number 2. It drops into a burn chamber and burns it and exhausts it out. And you would think that it smells like and it does, but only for like 10 minutes outside the vehicle, not inside the vehicle, fortunately. And after 10 minutes, it's not too bad. I usually try to pee outside, poo inside, apologize, or park far away from my buddies because I'm burning funny logs. And that's it, man. It was kind of a crux because they don't have Blackwater dump stations in Alaska open in the winter months. So you're just, you see people traveling around with extra carriers of turds strapped to the back of their vehicles. And that was not a great setup for what I wanted to do. So yeah, that was it. And we went incinerator and I got it working now. I had to rejet it and all is good, and apologize to my friends that have to park next to me at times. So onto the kitchen. Silverware, med kit, toothbrush, toilet paper, all that fun stuff, cleaning supplies. We got, coffee cups, bowls, glassware, stuff like that. Trash compactor is great. Because you'll spend 2 weeks in a parking lot sometimes and you don't want to be living with a bunch of trash just piling up everywhere. So this thing squishes it all down for you. I know you know how a trash compactor works. It's got carbon filtration system in there, so it doesn't stink super bad. One of my favorite things in here is the trash compactor. We got pantry stuff, all the cooking supplies, some snacks, peanut butter, chips, and the oven. It's kind of a boat oven here, stainless steel job, and yeah, it's pretty nice. Make some cookies, do up some brownies. Got the cast irons, French press down below. And that was another thing. So pre this truck, I was traveling in my flatbed. And it's grim, man. You're driving into Wyoming at 6 a.m. or earlier, and it's negative 10 degrees, and there's no hotels open, or they're all booked out. You're moving gear out of the back seat, curling up in the back, and it's just like, what am I doing? And then you're living in a hotel, buying meals every single day. So invest in the truck and make a comfortable spot that I can live and work out of, and really all I'm doing is buying gas and buying food at the grocery stores, and it's really nice. Like a lot of times, if we're up in Stewart Hyder area, I'm eating better than a lot of the guys that are staying at condominiums or anything there. The restaurants are not the best up there, but yeah. That was kind of a big thing, is like having a good kitchen set up and workstation. After food, after work, everything's done. Lower the bed, number 2. Lower that thing down, and kind of got the loft windows. Pretty sweet, man. You're up in some of the parking lots up in Alaska. Get those things down, 6 o'clock in the morning, sun's rising. Craziest mountain landscape you've ever seen. Nice and warm, heaters firing. It's pretty badass. Special way to wake up. Okay, so the ceilings in a lot of the vehicles that I've built, and now moving into a lot of the other building projects, these have kind of been a signature piece, and this is all reclaimed wood that I have gathered while traveling and mainly sledding. See an interesting abandoned building on the side of the road, run in there, snag some pieces, try not to get stabbed by a meth head, and I just have this crazy collection of really unique colored woods with all this wild patina. So every project, almost every project I have has one of these signature pieces. So when Deviant was down to do a collaboration of a similar likeness on the sled wrap to some of these ceilings that I've made, yeah, meant the world to me. It's really cool. I'm stoked how it's all turning out.
Dude, this sounds sick.
No flap, cut it off. Yeah, just gets in the way.
Number one right here, first round.
We are mid-January and I'm in a sweatshirt, but I could very easily be in a t-shirt standing here in Rexburg, Idaho. Right now, lower 48 doesn't seem like the place to be. I will probably be heading up to Revy. However, Canada looks like it's going through kind of a warm spell too. Generally, I will just get as close to what I think is going to be good locations, eyes glued to the computer. I use Windy for most of my weather forecasting, track those weather models, see where I need to be, try to get there the day, or if not, a couple days before things are going blue, high pressure, get into position, get a bunch of work done, get the sled ready, and let the high pressure crack and get out and get riding, run it as long as it goes, and keep eyes on the next place. Most often, I will spend the last month or so, maybe more, of my season up in Alaska. Haines has been a popular spot for me, but 2 or 3 seasons ago, I kind of did a tour of the whole state. I would love to do that again. So we'll see what happens, man. It's all condition dependent, and body, sled, everything. It's got to line up. So we'll just see how she goes.